Hello guys, Susanna here. Well, as you can see, I've got quite a bit done. I did try and do a video and I accidentally deleted it. I thought I deleted something different and I accidentally deleted this one. So yeah, it's very annoying. So as you can see, I think in the last video you saw, I've stitched everything down, stitched this down here, that down there, put a button on, and in the video that got deleted I had stitched that and I'd started stitching that. So in the meantime I used this for the stems and this for the actual leaves. So but these colours here are perfect. Where are they? These two colours were really good for doing this, so I'll stitch this one with you and then I'll come back, you know, do my homework by stitching that one in the background, and then in the next video I will, you know, show you what I did with this, because I sewed it. I did the bulb in here, but I didn't show you how I did it. So yeah, not looking forward to this week getting the new prompt, but I may not be able to work on it because I'm getting my surgery done. It's been quite busy running around and doing appointments, and so that's why I've got a video out today and missed out on the other couple of days, so I'm hoping to get a couple in before I go and do surgery. Once the eye surgery gets done, might be a little bit hard to see some things. So I really do love how it looks. I've got the little crocus sign to put in there yet too, so I'm just using a combination of wool, just worked out really well, and you know, stitching down that, and then I've got some, I think yellow, and then I come in with my Inktense pencil in the orange and just sort of went over it a little bit because it's a combination of reddish orange, so I'll probably do the same on that one. So nothing too exciting, you watching me do this, but I do love it. I love how it matches this. I'm probably going to use, I might even use this colour wool, or you know, some of these bits and pieces, and just do some bullion knots and stuff like that on the lavender, because it's being stitched on the outside, but I haven't done any of the leaves. It's not a prompt, so okie dokie. Now, just anything when it gets bigger, a bit harder to do. So I'm just doing a back stitch on here. So yeah, quite like the colour and everything. I watched Corinne's Crocus one. And yeah, she had the same idea. Well, like I sort of used the same design and made this a little open, but I like the way her ones have come open. And I'm glad I used the purple colour. I was a bit like her. I thought crocuses were just white, but they're really quite a lot of different colours. Sorry guys, just having to grab that. So I've got this that I'm going to do today. I did a bit of cleaning the other day, and I found some projects that, you know, I need to work on in the background. I've done all the stitching on my vest on the machine, so I'm up to the hand stitching stuff, so I'll probably work on that, and I've still got a little bit to do on my jacket. But well, you know, when you're looking for something and you find something else, I'm like, I've got my Village Life panels that I was doing. Where is it? Here it is. So I've got my Village Life panel that I was doing, and it's just sitting just here. Actually got it hanging up on the wall, and this was one of the things that I had done, using that from my scrappy bag video, you know, and I thought, oh, I'm going to use that, and I was doing the top part of the panel, which is, oops, sorry, oh, moved it, this part, and I've got the big long panel here, and so I was doing it, and I want to turn it into like one of those long, you know, with crushed walnut in it. And so I've almost finished that, and I finished the back, and it won't take much for me to finish it, but then I've got this part here, made that into the bag. I want to make the chapel into a just a little Christmas thing, but I've got this part here, and I want to turn that into a cover for a booklet. I was going to do something else. I was going to make a put it down here. I was going to make like a, you know, like a sewing holder for needles and pins and all that kind of stuff, a case. And I thought, oh, well, I've got them, don't really need them. And I thought, I'm going to make something that's going to be a little bit practical. And I got the inspiration to do the Village Life when I was in my trip to, you know, England, and I just loved all the little houses and stuff, especially that bottom row, like when I went to the Cotswolds and the little shops and the crooked little house and everything. Now I've been working on my journal, like when I went to Paris. I've got a journal that I got given to me by Christelle when I was really into journaling, and she lives in Paris and made me a Paris themed journal. So I'm actually using that journal and sort of doing junk journaling, scrapbooking, and putting my photos and pictures of my time when I was in Paris. But I also have got bits and pieces of when I went to England, and I haven't even started doing a journal or anything like that. And I thought, well, I might make that up and use that as the cover for my, you know, documenting my bits and pieces from when I went to England. And since we have been doing, you know, the Roxley's Journal of Stitchery and doing like fabric stuff, and I've been incorporating fabric and paper, and I'm like, well, maybe I can do fabric and paper journals, so that way I can, you know, incorporate pictures and photos and all bits and pieces that, you know, that I got while I was there, because I got a lot of lovely fabrics, you know, and I had that really nice, you know, day and afternoon that I spent with Deborah from Doll's House Vintage, such a lovely lady. You know, and now she's got her studio. Well, when I was there, it was still a block of, you know, like it was just the flooring or the, you know, just in place, whereas now seeing on Instagram where it's being built and it looks fantastic. It's so beautiful. So when I go back to England, which I will eventually, because I want to take my husband to see Scotland, you know. He's 6th generation Australian, but his heritage is Scottish, and I thought, you know, you really need to go and see where your family has come from. And because I've got, you know, family in England, and I just loved it. It was just so beautiful. I thought I'd really like to, you know, maybe 3 years' time, something like that. Just have to wait until, you know, got to save and whatever. So, yeah, I'd like to, like to go there. And currently my friend is in Scotland at the moment. That's where the lady that I stayed with in London, in Notting Hill, she lives in Australia and in Melbourne. But then when she goes to England, she uses where her and her husband's place that they've got in Notting Hill, they sort of use that as like base, and then they go all around because Europe's so close. It's so beautiful. So they're currently in Scotland at the moment, and I'm like, oh. So I'm enjoying looking at all her pictures on Facebook, having a look at, you know, potential places we'll see. I want to get to Easdale Island. I don't know if any of you know, like there is an island that's obviously Brad's, my husband's, ancestors many years ago that were Easdales, that you know, that's where that come from. So there is history. I thought I've got to go to an island with our name on it. And there's this awesome book which Tracy Fox, I think, introduced when I was doing my journaling days, and it's called The Diary of a Year on the Life of Easdale Island. And it's just like Edith Holden book, and yeah, very much like it. So these couple, you know, were, I think, did they stay there for a while? I don't know, whatever it is. And she's an artist and sort of like their time there, and it's beautiful. I thought, oh, I'd really like to go and visit it, and, you know, go out of my way to go there. It's good when you've got specific places you want to go to. I know when I was making my plans for my trip in 2023, which really wasn't that long ago, but it does feel like a while ago now. I was making my plans and arrangements, and when you, like, you know, I knew I wanted to go to the Cotswolds, so you sort of do your research, watch videos, and so you plan where you're going to go. So I'll probably, will definitely go to my brother's, and I will say to him, you know, why don't you and your wife go for a holiday like they did when I was there, and we can look after the doggies because they're retired, so they really like travelling. So I might be able to incorporate, that way we can stay at their place and they can enjoy a holiday knowing that someone's looking after their dogs, and it'd be nice to see the dogs again. That was so cute. Little Cocker Spaniels. It's a mother and a son. So I might even stitch in that, because it's sort of a little bit darker. Yeah, so that's what I would like to do with my village life project. And if any of you are wondering, I'd sold out of all of them, but I reordered another lot. So I do have lots of the panels still available, and you know, quite a few of you bought some, but I still have, because you have to buy, the minimum is like pack of 50, so I still have them. And I mean, I only sold one the other day actually. So yeah, they're still there. If you like what you see and want to do something of your own, I really love what Dawn Meldrum has done on her Alice in Wonderland. It's beautiful. Yeah, it's really, really creative, and that's the middle part of the village life where the church is and all that. The top part she did Christmassy, and I'm really curious to see what she's going to do for the bottom part. So I really love what people have done with the panels and I'm getting updated with what they've done on the Facebook page that Corinne and I share. Vintage, no, oh my goodness, it's mental blank. I know it's, yeah, Stitch Vintage Treasures, there you go, because it's got, you know, vintage from Vintage Blend Studio, treasures from To Be Loved Treasures, and vintage, well, you know, I mean, Stitch, well, that's what we do. So I thought we just combined all bits and pieces. Yeah, so really nice to see people's finished projects, you know, from the ladies that came on the retreat, but not only the ladies on the retreat, people that bought them after the retreat. They've done a fantastic job on it. I'm currently working on my new one with the Nature's Treasures. It was my sister's birthday yesterday, and I went to go to her place to, you know, like with her daughter and her sort of like, also her granddaughter who's an adult, and yeah, we had a nice high tea breakfast, you know, had nice tea and croissants and bacon, and, you know, it was really lovely. And then we just sat around talking and doing, I think her granddaughter was doing scrapbooking. She'd recently gone to a trip to Bali and was doing scrapbooking and that of her trip. I said, you are so lucky to have a grandmother that does really good craft, like as in, you know, you think of a grandmother, you think of granny craft, and yeah, but she is, you know, very talented in everything that she does well. Bit of a perfectionist, my sister. And then, you know, I said, you're so lucky. I said, we get our crafty genes from my father. Like, my grandfather, his dad, was a really good artist, and my mum really tried doing crafty stuff, but yeah, she was not pretty good knitter, and she liked doing embroidery and stuff and felt things, but you know, she had the patience, so I sort of felt sorry for Mum. She had the patience to do it, but you know, didn't always turn out that great. Whereas my dad had the ability, but he just wasn't interested in doing it. So our family is quite, as in my brothers and sisters and my family, are quite in the arts, like music and painting, and you know, the girls do embroidery and quilting and all that kind of stuff, so we're pretty lucky. Yeah, so you're lucky to have a grandma that's actually good at what she does. So yeah, it's always nice to get together with family. So cute. And my niece, who's my sister's daughter, I'm actually closer to age to my niece than I am to my sister. We had children together. So her daughter, which is my sister's granddaughter, is the same age as my son. So, and my niece is only like 9 years younger than me, whereas my sister is 14 years younger than me. So, I mean, older than me. So I'm closer to age to her daughter than what I was to her, because she was one of the older ones, and I grew up with all my nieces and nephews, and Lisa and I had kids at the same time. So her oldest daughter and her second son are the same age as my kids, and then she had a third boy, and I said, well, I'm not having any more because I am 9 years older. Yeah, but he was oopsie, I'm pregnant. But he's such a gorgeous boy. He's such a sweetie. So no such a thing as oopsie, I'm pregnant. He was meant to be that boy. He's just a sweetheart. So yeah, it's how it is in big families. So yeah, my story's going off. Hopefully I didn't, you know, go off on a tangent and miss something that I was supposed to be explaining to you. Yeah, so that's what I'm wanting to do. Thought I loved my trip to England, and I want to document it, and because of what we are doing, it's given me, I'm like, well, you know, I really enjoy doing this journal of stitchery, and you can incorporate paper with it. Now I'm going to come up to here, and I might just fill it in just a little bit here, just doing, you know, straight stitches. So it's just giving it a little bit extra there, and I'll probably have to do the same up here. Okay, which we will, where are we? Got to start it there, so I might just go across and back again rather than unpick it and start again. So it looks like it starts here. Yep, so it's just a sit and stitch today. I mean, I've done this here, but I really like that paintery look. So, I don't know, maybe I can just do the middle one. I do like the painted look on there, so I don't know whether I will keep it or not, but the colour matches beautifully. Maybe just do one. See, it's got that painted look here, so I'll leave that. And then this is where it splits, goes into. But it just comes to life when you start stitching it. Yeah. So I thought, well, this way I get with my vintage life project. You know, I've got a couple of videos on doing it, and I never did get around to finishing it. And I know that you girls were enjoying it because I didn't film my original piece because I had to get it stitched. Whereas the difference between this year's retreat and next year's, I'm actually filming. Not all of it, because there's a lot of behind the scenes work, but I'm filming the process because it was designed, you know, I had the design in mind earlier, and I'm able to get the things out earlier, and whereas that piece I needed to just quickly do and have it ready so that it could be a sample for the retreat. But I'm getting a few people to stitch for me. I've got my sister and Corinne and my friend Mel, who did the Alice in Wonderland, so I'll be getting her to yeah, so I thought that'll do. Just 4 is enough. So I'm talking to my sister yesterday. Have you started? She goes, no. I said, well, it needs to get done by March. We need a sample. And she's probably going to paint hers as well, being the artist. And hers will be like perfect. So a little Miss Perfection. Now, just wondering whether I stitch in that as well. I might as well, since I did with the other one. Okay, so basically this is going to be like its back stitch, then it's going to be stem stitch, and then some French knots, or I use colonial knots, which is, they're just a little bit bigger than French knots, but you know, generally the same stitch. So fill it in. I didn't do that on this one because it didn't really need it filling in, because that one was more of an open flower, whereas this is closed. They're so pretty. I'm going to leave some space here for the French knots. Might as well use up my thread. The time's probably gone pretty fast. I'll have to have a look between my yabbering and stitching. So let's look. Might fill in a little bit more in some of the gaps. Give it a bit of extra body. It works out great when it's the right colour, like, you know, perfect colour for it. So, and all the other, you know, while I was working on all of this, I was chatting to Corinne. We're working on some homework together. It's always nice. I hadn't spoken to her for quite a while because she was so busy running around after her dad, and the, you know, getting her you know, moles and what's her name's looked at as well. So she's been quite busy, keeping her in my thoughts. It was nice. She said, I've missed our chats, so it was just really nice to catch up and have a bit of chat. So I can assure you she's doing stitching in the background, which is good. Okay, that'll be, where's my, hang a minute, bag, here it is. I took my bag to my sister's, and it's got my pins in there. There you go. Needles. This is good for using, you know, the wool. See, I've got wool that I was using on my piece, but I need, I think that might be it, or is it? Yeah, no, maybe not that one. Oh, look, that'll do. Okay. 28 minutes, we're not doing too badly. Oh, got such a long piece, I didn't quite need this big a piece. Okay, but I'll just do the same. French knots. Well, whatever is left off this, I'll use to do that one. Okay, here we go. And then we'll do a couple. Colonial knot is the figure 8. Okay. I'm just double checking that I haven't, yeah, I've caught it. Won't need many. They're a bit more closed. might just have 4. I think I might get 5 in there. How many have I got on there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I might get maybe 4 because you can't see it as much. I may get 5 because it's going down a little bit. Yeah, better do even. Okay. Yes, must admit, I am a little apprehensive about my eye surgery. I have been, you know, since I found out and I need it. I'm like, oh, just thought of someone working on your eye. Yeah, ugh, not nice. Okay, now finish that off. Okay. Nice. So I'll keep this for the other one. I'll probably use that in some of my botanical, my Roxy's Journal of Stitchery as well. And then I've got this. Which I'll stitch in there, maybe stitch in that middle one. I mean, because I've stitched, if I stitch off to the side at least, you'll still see. That's what I tried to do on here. So, so that you can still see the paint. But I like that it's got that colour. So we'll have a bit of a longer bit. We're doing stem stitch on this one. And stem stitch tends to chew through the thread. Okay. Now I will start here. Work my way around. Ugh. There we go. And then just do a little bit of a stem stitch here. And I'm not too worried whether I go all the way through all the layers because it's fine, it's already being held down. Okay. So, well, at least you've seen what it looks like on this one. Now, what I'll do is I'll go up this way, catch it. It likes to do a knot. There we go. And go around. And I will start here. And I'm going to go on the side of it because I still want to see it. May not see it as much on the bottom, but when it gets higher it's a bit thicker. There we go. Still get to see my painting, but it's sort of giving it like a border to highlight it. I think that works. Best of both worlds. Sort of makes you wonder, do I unpick that other one and do the same, but nope. No one is going to even notice apart from me. that's what my intention was. So I am going to just cut across and come up from the top rather than turning and winding and winding. You get to see the whole lot being stitched down. Oh my goodness. It's the only thing when you've got a big piece, a bit sticking out. When it's starting to get a bit bigger, it gets that little bit harder to you know, grab and have your hand underneath without crumpling everything up. Okay, nearly done. I like how quick stem stitch is. Okay, so the next video I'll be working on the bulb, and I think that'll be it for this one, because I did film another one, but it got erased. So annoying, I know. Okay, come down. Oh. Okay, getting pretty big. And then last one. This thing's moving around everywhere. Okay, we'll start it there, I think. Okay, and then it just looks so good when it's had stitching on it, and because it's wool and stem stitches adds a little sort of bit more raised as well, it really stands out, which is what I wanted, the flowers to stand out. Okay, I'm going to have plenty of this fabric for the other side. Okay, so I'm hoping to, after this, I am going to work on my calendar, and so I hope to have a little bit more work done on that one so that you guys can have that as well. I really like Corinne's little bird that she's done. So cute. I've got quite a few nice little spools. I got that in, and I just love the colour. So I think this guy's probably the better one, but I could probably shrink down the pattern and make a smaller one just so I can sit on this. I think it's really cute. A couple of little birdies. You never have enough birdies. Just so cute. Okay. Now, you see it hasn't come all the way through all the layers. So, but I'm okay with that because it's not like the bit hasn't been held down, and certainly makes it easier to stitch. Okay, so there we have it. That's what we've done today. I'm not sure whether I'm going to take a photo of this stage, because I took a photo when it was just that and a little bit stitched, and that was it. So that way for the next photo at least, you know, it'll see, you can see the difference. Maybe I'll just take a photo of it, that not done, and then this is not done. I just stitched around that in the brown, and just sort of did a bit of a running stitch to make it look more like a bulb. So, and did some colours along here as well. Just a bit of a running stitch, you know, just held stuff down. So I'm not going to completely stitch it down until it's like this, till that piece is in, mostly stitched down, and then once I've got that flower in there, I could probably stitch this over the top. So, yeah, August. Cannot believe that we're in August. So much happier with my piece now than what I was a while ago. So yeah, I'm quite happy with how this beautiful piece is coming along. So we'll, there we go. Hang a minute. Ooh, isn't it pretty? So pretty. Looks gorgeous. All the different elements. Stitch it out. There's my very first one, the pansies. Isn't that pretty? So yeah, when I'm finished, I'll have to, you know, film the whole lot at the end of it and show you, you know, get the video and pan it all around. Okay guys, well thank you very much. See, it just looks so beautiful. It really brings it out, and just, you know, just highlighting those darker bits really gives it dimension. Okay guys, I'll catch you later, and I'll see you in the next video where I'm working on my calendar. And after the calendar one, you know, I'll just see how I go. I might be able to do smaller stuff. Maybe just I'll work on my, because it's just hand running stitch, because yeah, I just don't know how I'm going to go after the surgery. So they said it was a sort of a fairly, you know, I need drops in the eye, and it's a sort of a long process of healing. So we'll see how we go. Okay guys, thanks very much, and thanks for watching. Bye.